it was a living room, but like
But the
the vibe was
response
just
amazing.
Yeah,
it was just on. Yeah.
there was a pillow fight, which is
So fun.
memorable
Yeah.
as fuck.
People,
And like,
people knew the lyrics and stuff. Like,
yeah, that was wild.
fun.
I've never been like more happy and hyped to be playing on like the bottom stair of a staircase in my life.
Welcome to the 191st episode of the Cast That Ends Creation. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is the show where we interview bands and public figures from the mathcore adjacent community. If you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, do all the things social. Every little bit helps. And feel free to join us every Sunday and Wednesday for the live cast, where you can interact with the guests in real time or just hang out in the chat. You can subscribe to this channel for just $5 to get access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming platforms, as well as get some exclusive emotes. You can also do that for free by attaching your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. It's like taking $5 from Jeff Bezos' pocket and putting it into mine. With that out of the way, let me introduce my guest today, who dropped their new album, Prisoner to Seven Demons, back in February. Welcome in, Lotus Eater Machine. How's it going?
Hi.
what's up?
What up?
Nothing much. So let's start out with just going around, tell us who you are, what you do in the band.
I'm Pete. I do vocals and write the lyrics.
I'm CJ. I play guitar.
I'm Andre. I play drums.
Mark bass.
Mark bass.
Boost.
And pig squeals.
And some squeals and backing vocals.
Oh, are you? I didn't know
yeah.
that y'all had backing vocals going on too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here and there.
Okay. So y'all got started back in 2017? Yeah, 2017 was your first single. So tell us how the project got together and how y'all met.
I think me and CJ. So I approached CJ because like I went to high school with CJ, and like I saw him like wearing like a Blood Incantation shirt at a party or something, and I like wanted to start another band or something, and then me and CJ kind of started it. And I think we had like one practice with like a drum machine, because just the two of us in a drum machine in like the basement of an Italian American club. And then I was like trying to
I wish I was there for that.
Yeah. I was like trying to think of like who could play drums, and like I remembered Andre also went to high school with us, and like I remember he was always sick at drums, and so then we got Andre involved, and I think like originally it was going to be like more of like a death grind kind of thing, and then like Andre showed up to the first practice wearing a car bomb shirt, and then we were like, oh, we all like that kind of stuff too.
Winter. It was winter.
Yeah. Yep.
Snow on the ground.
Yeah, so that was pretty much the origins. Is like and I took the name, like I had tried to start a band like right before this that was more of like a screamo band, like in the vein of like Rain and Seisha, and so that was like I had Geisterfahrer as the name because I wanted it to be like a foreign language thing, like a lot of the screamo bands and whatever. And so that screamo band didn't work out, and then I saw CJ was into metal, and I was like, oh, I'll try and do a metal thing again. And that's like kind of how it started.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you mentioned it already. Y'all started out as Geisterfahrer. Now you're Lotus Eater Machine. Take us through the transition. What was the thought process moving on to a different name, and why pick Lotus Eater Machine?
Well, it's in English. Yeah. Yeah, that helps.
That is a plus. That is a plus.
Remember.
But
We
like
should talk about,
Geisterfahrer, I don't know. It sounds so like heavier. I don't know.
We should talk about Matthias, guys.
Yeah, Matthias. He's the one true owner of that name.
This would not stop.
Mm-hmm.
So the original
Geisterfahrer
is he's an old German man his band was Geisterfahrer. We'd get mixed up with him in all of our platforms, and he would constantly just harass us in comments, and
no shit. That's
too much.
hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I am the one true.
Yeah. He was like, I don't think I quite remember this show that we played. Yeah, dude, he's like super German. And he really just claimed the name for himself. So yeah, we felt the need to change it.
He was a bit butthurt, not gonna lie. But
I mean, like the main thing is
he's a really
it's hard
nice
to
guy.
spell. It's hard to spell. It's hard to pronounce. Like
Yeah, we just
there's
like the new name more. Like Geist for Fire is they're pretty equal in my opinion. I like them both.
Yeah.
They're sick, but yeah, it's just like we like when we changed the name, we're still pretty small. Like this record is basically like we're seeing more, we're getting more traction off this than we've ever like imagined getting. So we thought it was still like a good time, like a fair time to change our name. And also it's just easier. Like if we're trying to like spread our name around and, you know, gain more popularity, like it's just an easier name for people to remember and write down. Yeah.
And this is a good time
and it's
to,
English, yeah.
it is a good time to transition to, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Also, I can
Yeah.
see like I don't know, German word I could just see being mixed up with things you don't want to be mixed up with.
Oh,
so
dude.
Of course, yeah.
It's probably
That was like a
happens
micro
all the
thing we
time.
talked about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't
Which is-
mean anything like close to that, it's still like
It's also
Yeah,
like
there's that thing in the metal community where it's like, you know,
it's
they're
also
German. Is that problematic? Are they what are their political views? It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
it's also like a word for people who like kill themselves by driving on the wrong side of the road. This is like pretty fucked up. Like you know, it's the new name has a lot more to do with our aesthetic and stuff. Like you know, it's like the biomechanical thing, like Lotus Eater and the Machine, and then like it's like a science fiction trope. And you know, it's like being trapped in like this like dream world where like you get all your pleasures and stuff, but like you know, it's not real. And it just kind of like goes along with like you know, addiction and struggling with like substance abuse, but like also just like we live in a world where like it seems like everyone's addicted to something, like whether it be like technology or whatever. So I just feel like the new name is like has a lot more meaning to us.
Is it a reference to the Odyssey, Pete? Someone in the chat asked that.
yeah, I was just about to start going through all this.
No, I mean that's kind of like the trope codifier. It would be the Odyssey, but like just there's a lot of like sci-fi works that use that device that I really enjoy. So
Chunks Barkley says Pete is hot, aluminum necks are hot, 6-string bass is hot, and the drums do all the things. Yes.
all right, thanks.
The aluminum neck is crazy.
No, I got that
I'd
aluminum
still-
right here, dude.
I need to
That might
find
be the
one and
hottest.
play it.
Yeah.
Like that sounds fucking sick.
Aluminium.
You got to wipe it down a lot though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you?
Extra wiping, yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, it gets smudgy.
Nah, dude, I don't fucking clean this shit ever.
You done
I
wiping?
never cleaned it.
I mean,
I'm just kidding. Nah,
So y'all have dropped so far throughout your career, like you had your first single, an album, an EP. You did the split with DB Cooper in Possession, and now you have your new album. What's different on this album as opposed to all your previous material?
the brutality.
It's better, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we finally found our sound, kind of, and like we were able to incorporate like more like death metal influence, like you know, more like old school stuff. There's some doomy parts. Defeated Sanity was like a huge influence on like the new stuff. Yeah, like the stuff that's like both technical and brutal. Like
the sound's
Malignancy
definitely
as well.
Yeah, the sound's definitely a little different. I think more so than that, though. I think it's just the writing's just better. The mixing is better. I think just everything under the sun is just better on this release. In addition to like the sounds are sound changing a tiny bit. I think it's mostly just, I think everything else just ramped up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Nick was, it was like an awesome experience working with him.
Yeah, he brought us.
We somehow managed to record this shit in like 4 days. I don't know how, like 3.5 days.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane.
That's a lot of music too for that short amount of time.
I mean, we've been playing these songs for like 2 years pretty much. So we were, they were pretty ingrained, but it was still nuts. Yeah.
So I was also wondering, do y'all consider this your like real debut album, or is this like more like is this really a sophomore album for you?
Technically, as Lotus Eater Machine, it is our debut album. But
yeah, I always looked at Demolition Fetish as like more of like a demo.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
or maybe it was.
Yeah, like it had the length of an album, but it was more like a I don't know.
It was like a trial.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I think a lot of the songs are like they vary a lot too, in terms of kind of like style and sound.
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say something similar. It seems like now y'all are more like kind of honed in on what y'all do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't think of a band that quite has all the same like styles as y'all do thrown in there. It's weird. You've got like almost every style of death metal I could think of. Like I found like aspects of in there. Like you got some old school stuff is in there. There's a lot of melodic death metal stuff, straight deathcore. You got brutal shit, slammy shit. There's some even gore grindy type stuff. Like on Bulwark, you've got like the I don't know what you even call that. I guess the two step that some gore grind bands do or whatever in there. I
call it the baby beat.
Oh yeah.
I
know that's just That I think I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, and you also have like this like mathcore edge that like, goes over everything. Weird off time shit. You have a lot of like even like more mathcore aspects. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's like one of those things like you know what it is when you hear it. You know what I mean?
It's still there. I feel like a lot of people are. We've heard a lot of people saying like, "Oh, these guys like they're not really mathcore anymore. They've like completely like left the genre." I feel like it's still there. It's still in there.
It's definitely still there.
It's like it's definitely maybe less so than our old shit, but I think it's still there.
I think it's still there, and I think that combined with like how brutal the death metal shit is makes you like super original. And like I can't think of a band that really does what you're doing.
Thanks.
Unless I'm missing something. Well, what are y'all's influences? What do y'all compare your music to?
I think we all like different stuff, but there's like a handful of bands we all agree on, which would be like Meshuggah, Defeated Sanity, Car Bomb. Like there's a handful, but like for the most part, I feel like we all listen to very different stuff, and that's like kind of where the creativity comes into play. Like I don't think you can really write like super original stuff unless you're butting heads, and like like if any one of us had too much control over the music, it wouldn't sound good. It would be generic. You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, how does the writing process work with y'all?
Jam in a room.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, that's
pretty much. Yeah,
that's the only way we.
Very organic.
We usually start with drums, which is kind of interesting, I guess.
Most of the times, a little tipsy. Not gonna lie, but yeah, like drum.
No, like 89%. It's like of the time it's drums. Yeah, it's usually like a beat.
Start with drums,
and then
you're usually like come up with a beat. I'm like, all right, and then I just like try to play like the most crazy shit that I could think of. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's the start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I don't think we'll ever be able to be like one of those like laptop bands like they can like write on a computer.
Like we tried.
We have
like,
tried that. And
yeah.
We can't do it now.
It started good, but we didn't stick with it, and I don't know. I still want to try it more, but yeah, we're definitely not that type of a band.
Yeah.
We're very organic. We're like we just got to get in a room and just get it out,
Yeah, to write songs like we all have to be in the same room.
Gelling.
Yeah.
Gotta be vibing.
Yeah.
No, yeah. There's something about the like organic process that we have that like I don't know. I feel like is rare these days. It's just it is really just like jamming out in a room and just like not we definitely talk about structure and parts and so like small changes to riffs and sections and stuff, but like for the most part, there's no like over analyzing, sitting down like we do when we like for this last release when we like we did tempo maps and like went kind of crazy with all tempo shifts and time signatures and stuff. So that was maybe the most like analysis we did for like the structures of the song, but for the most part, it's just us jamming out and feeling it out and just like going part by part and just like fucking around.
That was after it was already written.
Yeah.
Last minute, we decided to use a click because like before that we'd never used a click before.
Yeah.
But then when we got to the studio with Nick, he was like, I think you guys should use a click. And so we had to do tempo maps and stuff.
And we had already been talking about it and we all agreed. Yeah. But I'm glad we did. Yeah.
I'm glad we did. It was a little bit last minute, so it did kind of change a lot of the feel to some of the songs because
Especially since we had like 3.5 days. to
It made the long song like twice as long.
It did.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason. Yeah.
We're a band that usually play in the field a lot of the times. We just like feel stuff out. So like that definitely changed some aspects of the song. But I don't regret it. It was definitely a great choice. And moving forward, I think I want to try to use the clip more too and just practice.
Oh, hell yeah. What about the lyrics? Like, are you all sharing in that, or is it Pete?
Just me.
Yeah, that's all.
Pete's
That's all Pete.
That's all Pete.
Yeah, Pete's kind of that's his world.
So I'm just
I mean,
taking a stab
he
at.
talks with us about ideas, but yeah.
I'm just taking a stab at it because I'm not great with like metaphor lyrics and stuff. But it kind of feels like it's all about like how our society is fucked and we're already like in a technological hell, and yeah, like the biomechanical future is now or whatever. Is that like kind of the idea of what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that stuff in there. There's also a lot of stuff about mental illness and stuff, and just like it's called Prisoner to Seven Demons because like I was like dealing with a lot of like PTSD type stuff when I was writing, and I struggle with like really bad OCD as well. So like a lot of the lyrics relate to that.
What do you have PTSD from?
Oh, it's I don't want to go into it.
Oh, okay,
but, like,
I got you.
Look into the
It's all
lyrics.
good. It's
Like,
all good.
yeah,
It's all
there's
good.
a few things that happened to me when I was younger but yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of personal stuff, but there's also like a lot of like sci-fi stuff and like like technological hellscape stuff. I mean, I mean, it's just I guess I'm pretty weary about the future of things and scared of things like AI and stuff. So like that definitely creeps into my writing as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Skynet, man, that's just gonna happen, dude. That's fucking crazy. Dude, are you seeing like I don't know if y'all pay attention to Twitch, but like right now there's like 3 or 4 AI shows where it's like an AI scripts everything, moves the characters around, builds like the scenery and shit like that. Have y'all been familiar with any of that stuff?
I watched Twitch forever.
I hate all of it.
Past, like,
I
year and a
haven't
half.
seen much, but I hate all
do.
of it.
I
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I do know about
Shit's
the-
crazy.
I just
Crazy.
know about the album covers that are AI generated, but I
Shit
didn't know
sucks.
So
Oh, dude, it's nuts. There's a show on Twitch now where you can it's like a bunch of celebrities, like deepfakes of celebrities that you can ask questions to, and they'll like respond in like the interview that the AI was trained in. They'll respond in like that matter to your question. Like it's fucking crazy, dude. Like so, we're so far ahead on AI. Like just wait till see like what happens in like 10 years.
yeah, we're doomed.
I go back and forth. Like half of me is like, it's gonna be a nightmare, but half of me is like, that sounds cool. I wanna check it out.
I definitely am a little bit intrigued, but
Faucet freaking chat says vocals go crazy.
hey,
Yeah,
Thank you.
Amanda.
Yeah.
they are fucking good. I feel like that's one of y'all's like really strong.
yeah.
Guy couldn't
Thanks,
tell you
appreciate
says
it.
absolutely unhinged, and there's a serious desperation in certain parts. That's fantastic. I believe he's talking about the vocals.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I like how you
this album-
keep in the kind of like yelly part of your vocals, and you haven't like gone straight like all in on like the like death metal like hardcore kind of screams or whatever. Yet you still have the yelly parts in there, which I feel like makes it sound more unhinged or whatever. So
Yeah.
There's
Definitely.
variety too.
hell yeah.
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 We got it all.
So this was recorded, mixed, and mastered by Nick Cates, a dude from Mouth Breather, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Drums and mouth breather.
Hell yeah. So how was that experience? You were saying 3 or 4 days? 3 days, was that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 4 days.
4 days. Yeah.
The first day was like the first day we did like drums. On the first and second day we did drums, and we made the click track there. Mark, this guy is a metronome. He spent hours doing the metronome, and then I tracked to it. I was having a little bit of some difficulties, but I made through with it. And then after that, it was like guitar and bass, and then vocals.
So what, you did guitar, bass, and vocals in 2 days?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, vocals we did. Vocals was like the last day was just vocals pretty much.
So you did the guitar,
but-
bass, and
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. Holy shit.
Well,
Yeah.
the bass only took like, I don't want to say like 2-3 hours, just because but the thing is, the guitar took forever because we double tracked. We did left and right, and like we quad tracked the guitars pretty much. So yeah,
quad track. Yeah.
so that took a minute. But yeah, we did it. But the thing is, like, we had been playing these songs for like pretty much like 2 years, pretty much since like right before COVID was when we were starting to like mid to wrap up the writing of all these songs. So we'd been just like grinding them, playing them nonstop for about like a year and a half.
Some of them were written like before Mark was in the band too. I think 2 of them were 3
so
or 4
like
years
2019.
old.
Oh, we totally glossed over that. We'll come back to when you joined the band. But so y'all have been sitting on this for that long. So you probably have another album in the works then, I imagine.
Starting the writing process again. Yeah.
Okay. Dragging your feet a little bit. I get it.
A few ideas. We definitely have some ideas that are brewing right now that we've started working on, but no, not a whole album.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Mark, you joined the band. I totally glossed over this point. You joined in
2019, right after Vivisection. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was in a band with Andre at the time.
Yeah.
And we're still in a band together. We Dismonitored. We're in like a tech death band together. And
what's the
right after Vivisection dropped, Desponder.
Desponder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we have like one single out at the moment. But basically, I think you guys had just dropped Vivisection. You just parted ways with your old bassist. And I remember Vivisection was one of the first, like, I was just kind of getting into the, I moved back to Mass. I'd only been there for maybe like 2.5 years. And was just kind of like getting back into the whole like local scene. And I remember Vivisection Parade was one of the first, like, specifically Dead Bridge off of that album was one of the first like local band songs that I was like blasting on repeat like days in a row. So I was like a fan pretty kind of before I joined. And then one practice, me and Andres were just talking outside, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we parted ways with our bass player the other day. We're trying to figure out a new bass player." I'm just like, yo, I can play bass, dude.
I asked you at Eric's house. I was like, "Hey man, like, would you possibly be interested?" Because I think it was like Norm was like, "Yo, you're gonna get a Mark in another band," and I'm like, "All right, cool, man. Yeah, I'll hit him up." So I asked you, and you're like, "I'm down."
Yeah, no, because it wasn't even like, oh, I want another band. It's like, I fucking love it. It's like, I want to be in this band because I love this band.
That's fucking sick.
So yeah.
That's awesome. And y'all been solid ever since, right? It's been what, 4 years now? Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's like, oh god, I'm so old.
On COVID, like minus like a year and a half, 2 years. So it feels like 2 years. But
yeah. Okay, yeah. So we got the artwork up on. You want to tell us what we're looking at?
Yeah, I mean, CJ found the artist, the pixel
Blind Cherub.
Yeah, his name is Blind Cherub. You can find him on Instagram. Yeah, dude, he's fucking great. He's a pixel artist, and he makes really fucking cool shit.
Yeah. He for that, like, we gave him some references of like movies and stuff that we like the aesthetics of, and then he actually created the pieces based off lyrics. So the cover art, it was inspired, he said, was inspired by Cathedral, and then the back was Voluntary Lobotomy.
I think we started like we went into it with like black and white pixel art. Those were the two, like, we definitely wanted those two things. And then
why pixel art?
Because it looks sick.
No, it does look cool. It's just an interesting choice.
CJ's idea.
Yeah.
I saw his artwork
cool.
on Reddit actually, and I just hit him up, and here we are.
Okay.
It's different. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I was just like thinking because y'all aren't super like electronic or whatever. It does fit in with like the like biomechanical stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's for a cybergrind band, and noticed it
Yeah.
was for y'all.
Honorary cybergrind, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, like
It's
visually,
tight. It looks
our
good. I'm not saying
aesthetic
it's
is very
bad.
cybergrind. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
except visually we are, but like
Well, we do
not
have
so
that
much the sound.
noise track at the end.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so the noise
That's
track
true.
at the end, CJ used a noise thing that he made himself too, which was like
Yeah.
analog. Yeah.
CJ makes pedals.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make all your pedals or just that one?
Oh hell no, dude! I don't make all my pedals. Yeah, I made like
Dude, I don't know. Come on.
yeah, like I made like a couple of my own circuits. I've made like 3 circuits of my own. That's it. Yeah.
You made me
It's
a
pretty
pedal.
cool.
You made me an attenuator.
Yeah, I made you an
It works-
attenuator
It
pedal.
works
Yeah.
great.
Nice. And y'all don't have any music videos or anything like that? You're saying
Not
maybe
yet.
something's coming, or
This year,
Yeah.
I
This year, for sure.
Yeah, we're working on it right now.
Yeah.
With a friend. His name's it's Anthony Arabino.
With the mathcore index.
Yeah, like he's a very talented filmmaker, and yeah, we're kind of working with him right now. We're gonna have something out hopefully this year.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah, merch is coming soon too, and then no word on vinyl yet, but CDs will be out in May. I don't think I can say who it's with yet, but CDs will be out in May.
Oh, so you have like a label behind you and stuff then?
Like not like a contract or anything, just some people
Right.
helping us out. Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
yeah,
I was wondering about like physicals and stuff like that. So
yeah. Everything's coming, just like nothing super set in stone yet, unfortunately. But it's just how it ended up working out for this. Yeah.
okay. So yeah. What are the future plans for you guys? Y'all going out on tours and stuff? Or I know you were talking about physicals and stuff coming, but besides that, mainly tour stuff.
We got a handful of shows in the spring.
yeah, like anime, June.
Yeah,
Starting to book
June.
some
We're gonna
shows,
do
some
a
local
weekender
shows, yeah.
in June.
Yep.
Some little runs in June.
Alrighty.
You're
Yeah, I think our main focus right now is there's the music video that we're going to be working on and getting new merch with the whole branding change and everything. So yeah, I think those are coming first, and then I think we have a handful of shows scheduled right now, but I think we're going to try to do at least we're trying to do some more this summer. No like big tour plans yet, but I think once those first 2 things get sorted out, I think we'll be trying to do something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about a small like regional thing. Like what did you have in mind? Like hidden like New York and stuff like that, or?
We have like a small weekender with this like power violence band called Judge Judy. They asked us to go with them. I think it's
Yeah, those guys are sick.
I think it's all what is it? Lowell, Albany, and Vermont,
Burlington.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
be doing that in June.
Oh,
And then like whatever else we get offered, like if anyone's watching this and wants to play shows with us, just DM us and we'll go on a weekender with you, whatever.
Oh yeah. Righty. Y'all haven't played like a shit ton of shows, right? It hasn't been like too many for y'all. Okay.
Oh, we've played like a
we played
dozen.
like a handful.
yeah,
like
literally.
we've probably played like 10 shows in our entire career.
Okay.
We can definitely
Yeah.
count all of them on our heads. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
what was the best one
Here.
y'all have played?
10 shows.
Albany. So
Yeah, the
someone's
living room for sure.
Yeah.
literally, yeah, like a small ass apartment.
Oh, fucking the Speakeasy in Troy.
I don't know. I think it was called like Rat's Nest or something like
Yeah.
that. Rat's
No,
Nest.
so I remember the show. The place we were supposed to play. Something was it something with their liquor license or some shit? Like the night that day, they like shut down or something happened, and they just instead of canceling the show, they just moved it to someone's living room.
Oh,
Literally.
nice.
It was like
Okay.
us,
Right,
Needle Play, and one or two other bands.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
a
it
while
was-
back then. Okay.
Yeah,
This was like
Needle Play.
Connor played
2.5 years ago. Yeah.
Goner, DB Cooper, Needle Play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And us? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it
All
was
right.
like, it was a living room, but like
But the
the
response
vibe was just,
amazing.
Yeah,
it was just on.
there
Yeah.
was a pillow fight, which was
So
That's
fun.
fucking
memorable
sick.
as fuck.
People,
And like,
people knew the lyrics and stuff. Like,
yeah, that was wild.
fun.
I've never been like more happy and hyped to be playing on like the bottom stair of a staircase in my life.
Hell yeah, that's sick. House shows
I
are
was,
fucking
also, I
badass.
was also pretty sick during that too. I think I had like the flu or something, but like I was just like vibing. Like it was very fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes like living
Yeah,
room
that's sick.
/ basement shows can go, one
Oh,
of two
yeah.
ways. And like, yeah. So
I remember
that was,
me and Mark played a show right before that with our other band, Desponder, and it was like, yeah, there's like more people there, but like I had like more fun playing the house show. Like,
Yeah.
so much of a
Yeah.
better like vibe. Like it was amazing. One of the best shows I've ever played.
Oh yeah. Guy couldn't tell you in chat says coming to PA question mark. Yeah, he's pretty big.
Sure.
We would love to.
I'll just say yes. Someday, at some point, yes.
At some point, yeah.
No
I mean,
plans
there's
right
a
now.
lot
We're
of
coming
sick,
to PA. We're coming to.
Coming to everywhere.
Yeah, we're coming to fucking. Yeah, we're coming fucking.
there's a lot of
everywhere, dude.
sick bands in our
Touring
scene
the
from
world.
PA, like Sleep Sculptor and Zombie Shark and stuff. There's a lot of bands I'd love to play with in PA.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said he would accept jerseys. You could go to Jersey. Compromise.
Jersey.
All right, sick.
All
Over the
right.
shore,
No,
dude.
dude, absolutely not. No. Yeah, we're not coming to Jersey.
Trying to
I'm
go on
sorry.
the boardwalk in Jersey.
Chunks Barkley, who's Caleb from Sterling, says having all of you at my house was an absolute dream. It was
Oh, yeah, that was a
great
fucking blast,
experience.
too.
That was
That's sick as fuck.
amazing.
Yeah.
Tiffany in the bathroom was like,
Yeah,
That's
shout out
crazy.
Sterling.
Yeah, that was also a blast, that show.
that show was amazing. That's
So,
so fun.
what's the worst show you guys have played? Or weirdest? I don't know how to explain that yet. Not technical difficulty issues, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
tough.
the
Fun
It was
bad.
for sure the Raven. That guy,
Yeah.
the sound guy was drunk. Like
Yeah, we
straight
played it
up.
with you, dude.
Yeah. That one wasn't
That was
great.
definitely the worst. There's no question. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
almost don't want to talk about it. I was just like, I'd like erase that from my mind.
The
Every
Raven
day-
in Worcester.
Worcester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you asked that dude like 4 times to turn your tracks up, and he was like wasn't doing it. Like this guy was not getting the picture.
I kind of remember that. Yeah. And they
Yeah,
had
he was just drunk.
water for bands, but they were on like the side of the stage that you couldn't access normally.
Oh yeah.
And so like if you wanted
Yeah.
it in the middle of a set, you'd have to like walk in like in the middle of
grab
the
a
band.
cup.
Like the fuck.
Yep.
And he stole
Yeah.
my water bottle and didn't give it back to me.
He gave you like a
Dude, that
Yeah.
place is, yeah.
Nothing good about that.
I had a
I
couple
know-
of people actually like recommend that place to me when I'm trying to like book
So-
this current tour, and I'm like,
No.
what the fuck? Like it's awful.
No, yeah. So I was going to say that place, they have, I know they've had like 6 shows there.
yeah.
I've heard so many shit show stories from that place too. It's one of those places that's like, if the band is a certain level and they can pull like, X amount of people, like the show will pop off. But like anything below that, I've just heard so many shit shows.
Yeah, just kind of like phone it in or whatever. Just find the sound guy on
Yeah.
the side of the road or
It's
whatever.
pretty much, I guess.
Apparently the sound guy that they had was not available, so like they hit up this guy when we played there, and he was like drunk, and like he's like not the guy that they usually get sound from, and I don't know, he was that's what I heard. So
He told me he was like 5 beers in, I think.
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
was like,
Sick.
doing
And I
sound.
remember he was like, what
He's
the
probably
heck
more
is this
than that.
stuff? Like, I listen to like ACDC and like this stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you don't really know what you're doing at all. Like,
He said he used to do sound for
Oh,
Slayer or
Megadeth.
something. Maybe
he was
that, right?
Megadeth, he was Megadeth.
Which I totally believed. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely true.
That was great.
But yeah,
Okay,
It's-
so no merch yet. You said it's coming.
Yeah,
Any
in the
like
works.
items in particular that y'all are gonna be bringing? Obviously, a shirt or two, I'd imagine. But anything
Yeah.
else coming?
Shirts are coming probably either this month or next month. Like definitely by next month, because we're gonna be playing a lot.
everyone loves the bug. We're gonna Get some bug shirts. The new
Oh
bug
yeah,
logo.
we need to spotlight this bug real quick. I got it up on
Yep.
on the thing.
Yeah, and then CDs in May, and we'll see about vinyl. I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, vinyl.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit, but vinyl is going to be coming at some point.
Yeah.
Might
Faucet
be
Freak says do
next
a
year,
long
it might be.
sleeve and put the bug down the sleeve.
That would be
Oh.
sick.
That would be.
I actually like that
yeah.
idea a lot. Yeah,
Hell yeah,
that
that would be fucking.
My
hype.
That might go hard.
That's good.
Yeah.
So the logo, I've got it blown up on the screen. Tell me about how y'all arrived at this, what it's supposed to be, etc.
Yeah, so that was John Reynes did
John,
that.
yeah.
He is.
Second time.
I went to college. I went to art school with him. He did our first logo, and I had him do this one again. And he's also in a lot of bands. He's in Grotesqueries. He's in
Shit, I didn't know that.
GOG.
GOG, yep.
And Hallucivore, I think, is his other project. Yeah, he's sick, dude. I basically just told him I wanted it to be like biomechanical, like like John Carpenter type vibes, like Tetsuo, like just like body horror, biomechanical stuff, and that's what he gave me. Totally not what I was expecting, but it's unique. It's awesome, and I like how like the letters are still kind of like legible, even though it's like a giant, disgusting bug monster.
Yeah.
Like Crow.
Yeah, we had that. We were like some initial reactions too were like, "Oh, so that's cool," but like, should we do a regular like type of logo? And
I was just
like,
about to ask about that.
after thinking about it, we're like, you know what? Maybe at some point, probably, but like, just picturing that fucking thing on flyers for now is just gonna people are gonna see that and be like, what the fuck is that shit?
So that's-
Right. I guess it'll kind of be like the Sanguisugabog thing. It'll just be like a big cum shot. Like
it's like people already have these like completely blown out, like borderline just like art piece illegible logos. It's like, why not we just make it an actual like piece of art? It's just like a bug with our logo inside it. It's technically our logo, but it's like, somewhere in between.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It took me a minute to figure out like that it said y'all names on it at first, but
yeah.
No, it's dope. Once you know what it is, it's pretty recognizable. So yeah, I like it. Like like you said, Sin. I don't even know how to say their fucking name, but that band, it's exactly the same kind of vibe.
Sanguisugabog. Yeah.
Sanguisugabog, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that logo.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Similar vibe.
Similar vibe.
Okay, so I guess we can close this out with your album of the year for last year.
I got a bunch. I mean, number one is definitely Crippling Alcoholism for me. It's like
hell yeah,
a sheer piece of art. Danny and Tony just fucking killed that thing. I like the Chat Pile record too, but like that's like a lot to deal with, and like the Crippling Alcoholism record, like it's still got hooks and stuff. Like I can listen to it more than I can handle Chat Pile.
Really? I was gonna say the Crippling Alcoholism is pretty fucking weird too. Like
it is, but I don't know. I love that album.
Okay.
For softer stuff, I like listen to the Forest record and the Anthony Green record a lot. For like LLNNN Unmaker.
LLNN, yeah.
That's like the best sludge like post metal album I've ever heard. That
I still haven't listened to it. You were the fourth person to come on here.
Yeah,
and say that's
it's
great.
cinematic as fuck. It's like a horror movie, sci-fi movie, and a sludge album at the same time. It's sick.
Interesting.
A band from Ukraine, White Ward. They're like a black gaze band, but they have elements of like dark jazz. They put out a record last year that was really interesting. I think it's called Leviathan. That record was great. My most listened to though was definitely like Boundaries, Burying Brightness. It's like one of the best metalcore records I've ever heard. They're like bass player / backing vocalist did guest vocals on our Voluntary Lobotomy song.
Oh, sick.
But yeah, they're sick. They're from Connecticut. That album is like if you took Misery Signals of Malice and mixed it with Under Oath, They're Only Chasing Safety, and like the first Amir record. It's like heavy, melodic, and like the vocal delivery and the lyrics are just like perfect for my taste. But like I'm like a metalcore guy, so like that was my most listened to. But Art Factor, Crippling Alcoholism, #1 for sure.
Oh yeah. I guess Mark.
Fuck. Actually, I haven't been listening to. I don't listen to like, at least lately, like too much, like heavy stuff.
I gotcha. What are you jamming the most lately then?
All right, fuck it. Goblin Hours, Bill Murray. I fucking blasted that shit. I
Okay.
blasted that shit a lot.
Hell yeah, bro.
Okay. I guess CJ.
Yeah, so I'm up between like two probably. Yeah, probably the Conan album that came out last year. I believe it's called Evidence of Immortality. That was heavy as shit. On the other end of the equation, probably like Blood Incantation's like synth album. I believe it's called like Time Wave Zero. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, it's kind of a split between those two
Oh yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I suppose for me, I really like the album from Worm. It's like a funeral doom album. It has like Phil Tugis, who's like a shredder. He's in First Fragment. Dude rips. But yeah, I'm kind of new to the whole like doom. You showed me that Conan record, and I really fucked with it. That shit was so sick. I also really like the Anti-Gamma album, Whiteout. That shit was amazing. But I mean, I suppose I listen to more like older stuff. Like I'm obsessed with Caustic Wound right now. Like,
Dude,
Death
Caustic
Posture.
Wound is so fucking sick.
I like, damn, like Death Posture. That album is untouchable. Like every song is. It came out in, I think it was 2020.
So it's 3 years old, but it's Andre's album of the year.
It's my album of the year. I don't care. I don't care. No, I'm obsessed.
Try again.
Most listened to as of right now. But the other two albums came out last year, Anti-Gamma and Worm Blue Nothing. Yeah, like those two albums are pretty amazing.
I didn't know Anti-Gamma, however you pronounce it. I didn't know that they were still dropping shit. That's fucking crazy. I need to go.
Yeah, last year they
came out of nowhere.
Fuck?
Yeah, Whiteout is amazing, bro.
Oh, the Wormrot record was really sick too. There was a lot of sick grindcore records.
Yeah,
that Naraka band dropped something. Nemesis Cloak. That album was sick as fuck.
Actually, wait, did the new Artificial Brain come out last year?
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay, I fucking blasted that shit a lot.
Yeah.
So that might be. In terms of like
I think
metal.
that was 2021. I'm not sure, but you could be wrong.
No, I think that was last year actually.
I also really like that Kardashev record. They call themselves a death gaze band. Yeah. It's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah. I think I know them.
Yeah. I listened to a lot when I was in Iceland.
Yeah.
Cool.
How was the trip, by the way?
Oh, it was fantastic. I went to the Penis Museum.
Oh yeah, I saw the pictures.
That was a highlight. Saw lots of waterfalls and shit. A lot of cocks. Yeah.
Calluses.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you guys want to say before we head on to the outro?
Shouts out to See You Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Man is fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
See you next Tuesday. We've been talking to those guys.
Magic.
Gonna try and play some shows with them this year, hopefully.
Yeah,
do you guys want to plug your other bands? Because they're all in like a fuckload of bands. So
let's do it.
Me and Mark are in Desponder. Desponder. What is it? What's our Instagram? It's like Desponder Metal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tech death stuff. We got one single out. We're got an EP in the works right now.
For the fans of like Obscura,
Archspire.
Yep, Archspire.
Yeah.
I my other bands would be like Maidenhead, which is like thrash. It's like Megadeth and like Metallica, I suppose. And then what's my last band is
Progeny.
Yes, Progeny, which I just got done tracking drums on Thursday for that. So that's coming out very soon. That's like same thing, tech death, where it's like Obscura-ish and like Necrophagous, more along the lines of like that.
fretless bass shit.
Those are all my plugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. And
Oh,
then
yeah, also,
just the
Pseudo Tumor.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
A new just like pretty casual side project me and a couple friends have going. It's like a doom, like an improv doom project. We have like a couple tracks on Spotify, but yeah,
Sick.
check that out if you like weird experimental doom.
Okay. Guy couldn't tell you, says looking forward to new Maidenhead and Despond.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jada, bro. Hell yeah. The Maidenhead's coming out very soon. We're done. We're like in the final stages of artwork with that. So
Hell yeah. So if you dig experimental death metal, deathcore, whatever you want to call it, you need to check out Prisoner to Seven Demons, the new album from Lotus Eater Machine, which dropped back in February. Y'all are on Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp. You have YouTube, but it's like the YouTube topic. You don't have a YouTube channel, right?
Not yet.
Right, yeah, that's
Need to
just
get onto that.
DistroKid does that. But yeah, we're gonna have a YouTube channel once the music video is done.
Yep.
Okay.
right.
And do you have any other links and stuff that I'm missing?
No, I mean
No, I don't think
mainly Instagram, and then like the
Okay.
Facebook's linked to it. No Twitter. Want to stay away from there.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I think that's it. Yeah.
As for me, drop my channel, follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and get some exclusive emotes. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube folks, if you enjoyed the content, please drop a like, click the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to support me for free. Check out my music, The Sound Ends Creation, at thesoundenscreation.bandcamp.com. My next guest is Death Tripper, who dropped their new EP, Death Tripper SZN, I think is how I'm supposed to say it. I'm not totally sure. But they dropped that back in February. Join us this Wednesday, the 8th, for the live cast. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you had a good time.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh yeah, dude. Thanks, man.
Oh, yeah. And thank you guys for watching. And
we have time.